Hello everyone, Rick Corbett Jr. here for another edition of the rickcorbettjr.com blog. In our unending quest for success in network marketing today, we got a great topic for you folks, and I hope you really pay attention because this is real important. This is going to be the 10 keys to a winning mindset and attitude in network marketing. And again, 10 keys to just your attitude and your mindset. And if you follow these though, you'll have big success in the network marketing industry. But any one of them you leave it out, okay, you're going to find you're not going to be as effective. You won't get as good a results. So like I said, all 10 of them need to be in the mix when you think about these things. And the first thing that we're going to talk about when we're going along here, first thing we're going to talk about that you need to have as one of your 10 winning keys to a winning mindset and attitude is gratitude. Okay, gratitude. That somebody actually picked you out, that they asked you to take a look at something, that there was something that can actually change your life instead of leaving you in the doldrums of a 9-to-5 job and barely subsiding. Again, or if you are doing really good in a 9-to-5 job and you've got all this and you've got tons of money in the bank, great. But what you'll never have with that 9-to-5, as we all know, is you'll never have freedom. Okay, as long as you work for somebody else, you'll never have that freedom. So you should have a gratitude of thanking the person that showed you this great industry. Okay, number 2, you got to have belief. Now this is probably one of the biggest, most important things we're going to talk about here, but you must absolutely have belief. And I'm talking about you got to have belief in the company. You got to have belief in your product or products and services. You've got to have a belief in your management. You got to have a belief in the compensation program. You got to have a belief in the industry. And you have to have a belief in yourself. Okay, so all those are really important that you have 100% belief. If any of those, again, you have somewhat doubt, okay, about belief about the company you're getting ready to get involved with, if you have any doubts or you're already involved with them and you're just not making it, you're having the success. But if you've got any doubts as to maybe something isn't right, something is, is different or should be different, that it's not doing what it should, and you don't have 100% belief, and the other word I'm going to use with this is conviction. If you do not have 100% belief and conviction, I got to tell you folks, there's a good chance you're not going to have any level of high-level success, much less any chance at building a long-term, predictable, reoccurring income. And I don't know about you, a lot of people getting in network marketing to make some money today, but many people like myself got in it for the long-term vision of building a reoccurring walk-away income that I can go lay under a palm tree, go play golf and ride my yacht 24/7, and the checks just keep rolling in. That's what real residual income. So again, remember, belief and conviction in your company, your products and or services, your local leadership, your company leadership, the compensation plan, that it pays the money that you're going to be able to live to create that walk-away income. And then again, belief and conviction in yourself that this is something that you really want, and that again, you're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. So all those under belief and conviction, again, are number 2 on our list, but I say so utterly, utterly critical. Now, number, like I said, actually that was 2 and 3 because I combined belief and conviction. But the next one we're going to talk about is determination. You have to have determination. You have to understand this is not going to be just a walk in the park. You got to understand that not everybody makes money in network marketing. Not everybody is successful in network marketing. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people try. Tens of millions of people are in the network marketing industry currently, but a lot of them don't make any money. And a lot of them, where they're making very little, maybe just enough to cover whatever their monthly auto ship or costs are. Okay? Well, let's think about this. Determination is the key. You have to, in advance, have a determination, a will to achieve a certain level of success or goals, and not have any quit in you. So you've got to have unwilling determination. And here's what I'll tell you, folks. If you go 6 months and you haven't made any money in the business, there's something wrong with either the product or service that you market or your skill sets. One of the two, okay? But if the product and service, there's other people making money, okay, that leaves something to talk about. But again, your determination has to be unending, has to have a commitment, and you've got to be willing to do whatever it's going to take to achieve your goal. Now keep in mind, if your goal is $500 or $1,000 a month, hell, anybody, pardon my language, anybody can do that. Anybody in a 12-month period can make $1,000 a month recurring income, okay? I'm talking about big money, 10, 20, 50,000 a month. 100,000 a month. You must have an unwilling determination to do whatever it takes to be successful. Next thing you got to do is you got to know your why. And this is real important. If you don't know what's going to get you up early in the morning and what's going to get you up, keep you up late at night, what's going to make you do things that you would not normally do on your own, okay, and that is your why, what drives you. And so don't go stay, if you're sitting there and say, well, I joined this to make some money. It's not going to work, folks, okay? That's not your why. What are you going to do with the money? You're going to send the kids to school, you're going to buy them a car, you're going to, retire, buy a new house. What are you going to do? So you need to know exactly your why in this, okay, before you get started. If you're not clear and so that you don't know exactly what's going to keep you up and what that hot button of yours, there's a good chance you're going to waver like this and your money's going to go like that. And you're never really going to get up here. You're going to be sorted down in this area here. So if this was an income scale and this was, little or nothing, and this was, 10,000 a month, you're going to be way down in this area if, like I said, you don't know your why and what's going to drive you, okay? Because then again, if you don't know your why, you don't know how to show somebody else their why, and that is one of the most critical factors in being successful in network marketing, okay, is knowing your why. Now, along with that, knowing your why, I think you've got to be coachable and teachable. Here's the key, folks. Anybody that's teaching you, willing to teach you, willing to help you make money, willing to live and learn the skill sets and the tools and things that are necessary to be successful in network marketing, okay, you've got to be coachable and teachable. Now, the point comes when you're making more money than the person that's teaching you, that's one thing. But until the point where you get to their level, regardless of what your skill sets, regardless of what your background, you need to be coachable and teachable, because there's a good chance they're going to teach you some things that will help you make more money and be more effective. But typically, like I said, in this particular case, you must be coachable and teachable. If you think, hey, I've run other businesses and I've made millions of dollars a year and I'm going to do this my way, guess what? There's a good chance you'll be out of the network marketing industry before we get too far down the road, okay? So the fact of the moment, you must be coachable, you must be willing to teachable, and you must be willing to follow directions. Again, all real basic stuff. But see, this is stuff that if you can do this, and you can teach somebody else, and somebody else can have these same characteristics and skill sets, your chance or your level of chance for success is huge. It's magnificent. But again, you got to know those. Now let me just look. Okay, we're 7 minutes in. Okay, so here's another one that's very important for your level of success in network marketing. You got to know what and what you're not willing to do to achieve success. Meaning that there are some people that say, hey, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And again, this is, we won't mention any names because there are people that will know exactly what I'm talking about, but come to you and say, hey, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm willing to, put in 24/7, 365, whatever it takes. Yet when you say, hey, well, listen, I need you to come to an event, and they live in a certain city and I need them to come to an event an hour away to meet the leadership, to meet the management. Oh, well, I really can't do that. And it's on Saturday, this is happening, and I got that, and this and that. And I said to him, look, if you plan on being serious, okay, you need to, be willing to do some more because you're not willing to do enough. And in this particular case, this person lives in a very, very small town. Their social capital was very small. They needed to expand how they communicated with people, their work, their skill sets, all these things that would have helped them if they would have drove that 62 miles or whatever it was, but he wasn't willing to. So at this point, though, I asked myself, how much time am I willing to invest in somebody when somebody's not willing to take an hour to drive to meet me, and I've flown 1,000 miles to go into their, to a town adjoining them. Okay, so you ask yourself, what type of time? And you all will learn over time that you are probably spend too much time with the wrong people. And just like in this person's case, I said, okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But again, 60 days later, we had another event in that other adjoining city, 62 miles away, and the person still didn't come. Well, at that point, I said, I don't have a lot more time for you because you're not willing to do anything. Everything has to be within what you want it to be, how you want it to be. You're not willing to think outside the box. You're not willing to work outside the box. You're not willing to spend time outside the box. It all has to be this way, and I can't do that, okay? And your chances of success working with me are very slim if you continue that. And reaching your goal is totally not reachable, okay? It's not even accessible the way you want to do it. And I had to be honest with them, okay? So again, you got to manage people's expectations. But again, know what you're willing to do and unwilling to do. So if it involves traveling to a local city, flying to an event, going to a convention, know what you're willing to do, because I can tell you, it also will quantify by us as a leadership, or you're working with me, and I know what you're willing and not willing to do. It will also tell me the level of success you'll reach at any point in this industry, because whatever you're unwilling to do that somebody else is, there's higher levels of success attainable. So just keep that in mind. And then again, you got to have a commitment to personal development. This is probably one of the most important things that I can tell you. You've got to work as much on you as you do on your business. If you do not read, you do not listen to tapes, you are not doing some type of personal development, you're missing a huge part of the business. And if you've ever said, hey, I've been in the business and I'm doing everything they tell me to, but I'm not making money, well, folks, maybe it's time you stop complaining and look in the mirror and work on you. I can tell you I was a poster child for this, meaning the first time I went up to do a presentation, or was asked to do a presentation, to learn the presentation 12 years ago, I was so shy I couldn't lead a silent prayer. Okay? And the fact of the matter is I had to get over it, though. I had to get over it. I had to start stepping up. And so I had to make a commitment to working on me and spending as much time on me as I did on my business. But guess what? When I did, I went from, and listen to this story, folks. This will help you understand how important personal development is. I read books on personal development my first couple years in the industry. And, I was making $1,000, $1,500 a month. Thank God I sold a company, okay, and I had money to live on. But the fact of the matter is that I got involved. I was making $1,000, $1,500 a month in. 2 years in, I was making like $2,000, $2,400 a month. Most people would have quit doing it full time. But I knew there was a bigger picture at the end. The key was I was not the person I needed to be to make the money. So my commitment to personal development started paying off. And so my reading every day, my listening to tapes every day, my focusing on my goals, being very clearly defined, knowing what I want, helped me. And I can tell you, I went from $2,000 a month, say $2,000, $2,200 a month in my 30th month, or say 27th month in the industry. By the time I hit my 37th month, I had made $29,000 in 1 month. Okay, so understand that there's something that happens, but I had to do it all. If I'd have left any of those parts out, I don't know if that growth, when the money started coming, would have continued if I had left any of those parts out. That's why a commitment to personal development is huge, and that just showed me that that's what it's all about. So I had to continue to work on me, just like you need to continue to work on you. And the last thing here, that was 9, and number 10 is that if you want to make big money in our industry, okay, big money in our industry, you've got to make a commitment to leadership and leadership skills, okay? I mean, there's 1,000 books just on leadership, so it is a very deep topic. We could spend hours on training, okay? But the bottom line is you would have to develop a commitment to leadership skills, becoming a leader in your company and organization or wherever you go, and learn what it takes to be a leader. And don't get me wrong, you can make $5,000, $7,000 a month without killing yourself. But again, you want to make some big money in our industry consistently. $10,000 a month plus, $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month plus. You need to become a leader. So look at some leadership skills. Mind you, we're going to break down all these individual things into different topics over the course of the upcoming weeks. We'll be every day on the blog. Will be a new post for 100 days. Don't forget, if you're not on the newsletter right now, just sign up right here. If you're on the blog, if you're not on the blog in another social network, go to rickcorbettjr.com. But go to right there and you'll see my opt-in box there. Go ahead and sign up for the list, and we'll keep you updated on all the things going on, plus our weekly business show. So everybody, thanks for being with us. This is Rick Corbett for rickcorbettjr.com. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.